We're cozy today. Don't move. The books fell over. We're cozy today. I am in pajamas. I have makeup on because of work, but other than that, we're going to not give a fuck. So here we are. I'm Cheyenne, this is the Book Mermaid. I post videos whenever the fuck I want, and I'm doing the Disney book tag. Now, I'm doing it, stay in order of things, Cheyenne. This tag was made by Tastic. I believe it was for like a paid promotion from Disney Book Group or some shit for when the first Descendants movie was going to be coming out and the Isle of the Lost book came out. Now, I don't like the Isle of the Lost books, but I did like the Descendants movies because I fucking love the villain. I'm going to be doing the questions off of that, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to give an answer for a book that I have read, and then I'm going to give an answer about what I assume a book that I haven't read would fit into that question. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do a book I have read and a book I haven't for each question. Okay? All these questions are based off Disney movies, so let's just go. I don't know what I'm waiting for. The first question is The Little Mermaid, a character who is out of their element, a fish out of water. Oh, I forgot that book over there. Hold on, just give me a second. Give me a second. So the book that I read, I picked The Bone Witch by Richard Pecco, which is also the Sisterhood of the Traveling Books book club pick for January. The live show is February 15th, the day after Demonathon starts. You can watch that live show over on Yumi's channel. We have a lot of thoughts. But this is a book about a young female necromancer who has like the death necromancy, and she's very rare, and they're both like hated and like revered, and she accidentally brings her brother back to life, and that's how the story starts. So, but then she has to like go and leave her family and go to this city and learn all these different kinds of things and meet all these different people, and she's definitely out of her element when she first gets there. But this book is phenomenal. So good. So good. The book that I have chosen for this question that I haven't read is The Shape of Water by Daniel Kraus. Yeah. I feel like the reason I chose this one for the question is really obvious, so I'm not going to go into that. But this is a story about, I believe, a deaf woman who falls in love with a sea creature. There's a movie about it. I haven't seen it. I'm going to read the book first. The second question is based on the movie Cinderella. It is to find a character who has a major transformation. And for this one, for the book that I've read, is The Huntress by Kate Quinn. This is a historical fiction novel. My mother's calling me. For this, I picked The Huntress by Kate Quinn. This is a historical fiction novel. I don't read historical fiction. Or I didn't. I read this. Now I'm gonna. So this book is a Bonzi point of view book, which first of all will also tell you that the book probably is fantastic because I don't like multiple point of view stories. It's about three people. One is Ian, who is a guy who hunts down Nazis who escaped after the war. One that is Jordan, who is a young lady who is a daughter of a guy who owns an antique shop. And a Russian assassin, Nina. So this is so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm not gonna, there's a whole mystery involved with this book, so I'm not gonna give too much away, but it does follow the three of them and their stories are connected. Now, the person in this book who goes through a major transformation is, I have two. Arguably all three of them do, but Nina and Jordan 100% do. Nina in the way that she holds off on killing people before, or stabbing people, or threatening people in order to get the information that they need, and let someone else have a bit of a more diplomatic approach. And Jordan mostly because it is a coming of age story for Jordan. She is getting married, she finishes school, she's a photographer, she wants to go to photography school, whether or not she goes, like it's this whole thing. And by the end of the book, she is not the same person that she was in the beginning. So this is the one that I pick and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It was so good. So good. The book that I haven't read that I'm picking for a major transformation is Straight On Till Morning. Who wrote this? Liz Braswell. I just got this in the mail. I'm so excited. So if you don't know, I really fucking love Peter Pan. And this is about if Wendy had gone to Neverland with Captain Hook instead of Peter, and what that story would entail. And I am so fucking excited to read this book. You can't even imagine the amount of excitement I have. And the reason I chose this for transformation is because not only is like Wendy like in a little bit different, but the entire story has been transformed. So that's this one. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have a lot of books I have to read this year, but I am trying to prioritize my Peter Pan retellings. But this is the one I'm most excited for. This is also not the only Peter Pan retelling on this list. So, question number 3 is based off the movie Snow White, a book with an eclectic cast of characters. Cast, not class. An eclectic cast of characters. So for the ones that I have read, I have picked Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I fucking love this book. This is about a girl who goes to a special school because a school that like has kids go there when they have like a specific interest, and they kind of like, they very much focus on that interest basically. And this girl is obsessed with a murder that happened years ago at the school. It's so good. I don't like mystery novels, or I didn't think I did, and then I picked up this. Very much like Kate Quinn's book, The Huntress. Didn't think I was going to like it when I went into it. Fucking loved it. I'm technically reading the 3rd one right now. I'm holding off on reading it too fast because I don't want the series to end. It's so incredibly good. The cast of characters in this is very vast because it jumps between the future and the past, so you can get bits of information through the whole thing. So there's a cast of characters from the past, and there's a cast of characters from in the present. And there are different kinds of classmates. There's, I think she's gender fluid or non-binary character in here. There's a character in a wheelchair, though she is only mentioned once in the first book and so far never mentioned again. There's a character who is bisexual in here. Anxiety is mentioned in here. The main character the depiction of anxiety in this book is incredible. As someone with terrible anxiety, I felt so fucking seen. The teachers are all interesting. Everyone is so fucking fascinating. And within the first few chapters, you meet tons of these characters. It's so good. Just read it. It's so good. Characters, an eclectic cast of characters. I don't know why I can't say that. Of a book that I haven't read is actually a series. I think there's 6 of them or 7 of them in total. And don't get mad at me, I haven't read any of them yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And that is the Grishaverse. Haven't read any of them. I know that there is a fantastic cast of characters in this. I know that like the first 3 books have a cast of characters. These 2 specifically have a great cast of like thieves or some shit. I think King of Scars is the other one. Am I getting that wrong? I have no idea. I have no idea. Allie from Diagon Alley 394 got me these. Oh, and this was purchased for me as a gift from Diana from Paper Red Jedi. Allie got me this for Christmas, I think, because she loves it so much. And I need to read the other 3 first. I know technically you don't have to. Yumi from Yumi the Book Demon read these first, and then the 3 Grishaverse books. And then Allie read the first 3 Grisha books first. I think there's 3, and then these after. But I've noticed a trend that people who read these first don't like the first 3, and people who read the first 3 still continue to like the rest of them in the series. So I am gonna read the first 3 first. I have to. This was purchased for me as a gift, so it is a priority. Question number 4 is based off the Sleeping Beauty movie, and it is a book that put you to sleep. And now, the book that I read that put me to sleep was the Grimm's fairy tale book. Some of them were very interesting, some of them were not. I had a really hard time getting through some of these, and I actually have read it like off and on throughout my life trying to get through it. And some of them it was a fucking slog, but then some of them were fantastic. So this book technically put me to sleep periodically. And then the book that I have not read yet that I am expecting to put me to sleep, which, you know, is why would I pick a book that I think is going to make me fall asleep? It's nonfiction, and it's a fucking beast. That is The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir, I believe. I can't say anybody's name. This is fucking huge, and I know that it's very dense, but I really want to read it. It's like one of the staples of feminist literature. And I'll get to it but I think it's gonna take me a long time. Like it took me a long time to read the Grimm's fairy tales, just because it's gonna be rough, but I'm gonna learn a lot from that, so I really want to read it. Question number 5 is based on The Lion King, and it is a character who had something traumatic happen to them in their childhood. And for the one that I've read, is Katniss from The Hunger Games, and really any of the children or characters or people in this series. If you don't know what The Hunger Games are, it's about a girl who gets put into this fight till the death thing that's televised, and she has to survive it. It's amazing. The book that I have not read, that I believe will have characters who have traumatic things happen in their childhood, is The Child Thief. Who wrote this? Why do I not know who wrote this? Okay, so it just says Brum. I have no idea who that is. This is a Peter Pan retelling. I told you there would be another one. And Peter Pan is a villain. Not just in this book, but in general, he's a villain. He is depicted very often as a hero, and that's just not how he is. In the originals, like in the source material, he literally cuts off part of children's bodies when they get too big for like the holes to go into the it's a whole thing. It's my favorite book of all time. So good. And this is supposed to be phenomenal. And if I am correct about how they've like twisted Peter to be even worse than he is, definitely gonna cause some childhood trauma. I'm so excited. Ice fell outside my window. Okay, so the next question is based off Beauty and the Beast, and it is a big book, a book that I'm gonna read it because I can't remember it off the top of my head. A beast of a book that you were intimidated by but found the story to be beautiful. So for the book that I am picking is all over fucking BookTube, and I tried to find one out of the books that I own, but that wasn't this one because it's talked about a lot. But honestly, this is the best one I could really find, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now I know that everybody, like, they either love or hate this book, or they either love or hate the author. I hate the other series that she wrote, but I do love this one, and this book was beautiful. I loved this book. I continue to love this book. And it's fucking huge. How many pages is this? It's 626 pages, so it's fucking huge. If you don't know what the A Court of Thorns and Roses series is about, it is about a girl who kills a wolf who is actually a fae, and then she has to go live in the fae world, and there's a whole plot line around that. It's a lot more going on with that, but it's definitely interesting, I'll tell you that. So the next book, the book that I haven't read, is actually under 500 pages, but it's still a pretty decently sized book. It's 487 pages, so it's really not that far off. And that is The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock by Imogen Hermes Gower and Gawar. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce the last name, but Hermes? Fantastic middle name. Or second last name. Not sure. But this book, first of all, is gorgeous. Look at that. And it's big. And so I honestly really based on the cover is why I think the book will be beautiful, which is not something you should do. So this book is about a captain who gets some guy knocking on his door who's like freaking out because they found something at the dock in the nets or whatever, and it's has a baby's torso, and it also has claws and a fishtail, and it's dead. And basically it goes off from there. So surprise, surprise, the book mermaid fucking loves mermaids. The next question is based off Aladdin. It is a character who got their wish granted, for better or for worse. And this book is also all over BookTube. I can't not mention it because fuck, that's why. And that is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. Now I know that this is also a polarizing book. People either hate it or they love it, but it is about a lesbian necromancers in space. And Gideon wants to leave the planet that she's on, and she's been trying for quite a while, and she's smart about it. But she does get to leave, but there are stipulations to her leaving, things that she has to do beforehand. So her wish is granted, but it's definitely not the way she planned. The book for the Aladdin question that I haven't read, I have picked Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Now, I don't know 100% like the details of this book. I feel like this is a book that I want to go into and just enjoy, but I know there's a character who wants to go to a city that nobody remembers the name of, He gets the chance to do that. So his wish is basically to like discover the city or whatever, or find the answer to those questions. And I know that he gets to go. So his wish is granted. Laszlo Strange. Strange the Dreamer. Look at that. It's called The City of Weep, apparently. So I was making sure that I had the right synopsis for the right book. The next question is based off the movie Mulan, a character who pretends to be something they are not. And so the book that I've chosen, the book that I have read, is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I'm terrible at saying things. This is an incredible book. It's so good. It is about a girl who creates this webcomic and it's super, super, super popular. Now, here's where the pretending comes in. She pretends to not be this person in her real life. She has a username, nobody knows who she is, and she pretends just so she can get through high school and deal with her anxiety and just be done with it. So she spends a lot of the book trying to keep that secret and trying to keep pretending to be the person who's not the person that she is. The book that I haven't read that I've chosen for this question is The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I did read a little bit of this. I have an ebook of it that I had a while ago, and I put it down for some reason. I think I just wasn't in the mood. But I know that this is a world that has creatures and monsters, and those monsters and creatures are made by people doing bad acts. And the character, whose name I can't remember, August, he is one of those monsters. He's not human, but he pretends to be human. And then he meets a girl, and it goes off from there. And that's literally all I want to know about it, because I'm gonna go into it blind. Next question is based off the movie Toy Story, a book with characters that you just desperately want to come to life. And the book that I've read that I am choosing for this question is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh, I know everybody's freaking out about this book, but holy fucking God was the audiobook incredible. And I felt so much like these characters were real, and I know everybody says that, it's because it's fucking true. And my friend Maddie read it with me, and my friend Michelle, but Maddie asked her dad if he knew about this band, because she felt like it was so real. I want these characters real. I want to hear the music. I want to watch the music videos. I want them to be alive and just real. And it's being made into a TV show or a movie or some shit, but it's not gonna be the same, and I want it so badly. Also, this is the large print book because Michelle didn't care for it and she accidentally bought the large print book. The book that I've chosen that I haven't read, that I will think that I want characters to come to life for, is A Darker Shade of Magic series by Victoria Schwab as well. Now, I know this is about different Londons and like they have different types of magic or different levels of magic, and this guy gets in trouble for smuggling something from one place to another or some shit. Like, I know vaguely what it's about. I have all 3 books. I really need to read it. Yumi loves this series from Yumi the Book Demon, and that is why I think that I will want the characters to come to life. I could be wrong. There could be some really shitty things that would happen if that happened, but this is what I'm going with. The last question is based off the Disney's Descendants movie, and that is your favorite morally ambiguous character. And the book that I've chosen for this answer is Peter Pan. First of all, look at that cover. Isn't it gorgeous? It's one of my favorites that I own. He is seen often as a hero, even though he's not. But it's Peter Pan. If you don't know what Peter Pan is about a group of 3 siblings that get whisked off to Neverland by Peter, and they fight pirates. It's a thing. It's just good. Just read it. Now, the book that I think will have a morally ambiguous character in this is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. Now, I know that this has to do with a thief, and thieves are not morally good, technically, by the definition. However, I know that the main character is a thief. I believe it's the main character. Yes, it is the main character. And you're supposed to root for the main character, so I'm expecting moral ambiguousness, okay? That has been the Disney Book Tag. I'm Cheyenne. This is the Book Mermaid. I post videos whenever the fuck I want. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time. If you've read any of the books that I mentioned that I haven't read, no spoilers, please, but let me know if you've liked them down below, and if you've read any of the books that I have read on this list, and let me know what you thought of those. That would be awesome. And check out the people that I mentioned in this video. Okay, bye.